Hello friends, today I'm playing with just a little wash here I thought I might share. And let's see, what brush am I going to use? You can certainly use your Dugatos, that beginner set I always recommend, in a round. Let me see what else. Look at these flowers, by the way. Aren't those gorgeous? They just all opened up today, daffodils. And I've got some beautiful roses from my garden. Can't wait to try and paint those with some pink in them. But what I thought I would paint today, I'm trying to find a brush I want to use. Can't seem to find my, here we go, my Velvetouch, my Velvetouch 8. Okay, so I've got that. I've got my palette. I'm using my MeiLang paints today. As you know, I love these beginners. These are, to me, almost a must. It's what I use in my classes. You have all the choices of colors, and they're just so easy and bright and vibrant. I have already sprayed them to activate them. And I might add in some of these MAB Golden series because I think that might be kind of pretty on here. What I wanted to paint was just a really washy, flowy, kind of an abstract of maybe eucalyptus leaves. I'm getting a lot of them right now out in my garden. By the way, I'm also got my wash and my rinse container here. This is the MEEDEN one. I love this one because it's ceramic, it's heavy, you don't spill, and it's just, you know, I like my desk, my working space to look pretty. That's why I designed these palettes. Some things may be a little bit pricier, but they're like works of art, and I feel really happy when I come to sit down in my studio area to paint. Today I'm going to use this blue, which is a mixture of what they call in the MeiLang palette, that turkey blue. So funny, I chuckle to myself every time I hear that. And I like using what's in my palette. That's why a lot of times I don't rinse it out, because it's always a unique color. And I'm going to use the tree green in MeiLang. I'm not going in with the point. I'm going in with the point, but I'm not hitting anything with it. I'm loading the side of my brush. I love this tree green. It's like a kind of limey type of green. And then I'm going to scrape that off and go into my olive green. Let me move those brushes aside. And put a little swatch of that right next to the lime green. I just want to have these ready because I'm working wet and wet, and with wet and wet, you got to kind of be fast. Otherwise it dries, and then you start getting blooms and different things. So I'll use that color, and then maybe a little bit of this blue, which actually looks like I might have a little purple in there. Let's add some Prussian and a little bit darker blue. Yeah, like that. And I will lighten that up with more water, just meaning more water is a lighter value. And I'm going to be working very wet and wet here, as I said. Let me rinse my brush. And I'm going to lay down some water because I really want this to be washy. So just where I'm going to go in, kind of placing where my leaves will go. I love these eucalyptus leaves. I think they are so fun. So I'm kind of laying out where some of them might be. And then this is a little wetter, by the way, than I normally have you go in. I usually say damp, no puddles, but there are a few puddles here. Let me go into the green, and I'm just going to start laying some of that in the water, kind of let it spread. There we go. And these will be my leaves. There we go. I want to add some of that blue in there too. Just because I love when my eucalyptus leaves have some of that blue color. It's so pretty. Now, before this dries, the other thing I want to do is go in with maybe a dark green or even a dark brown. So I'm picking up, I believe this is the Van Dyke brown, but any dark brown. Going to tap off my brush just a bit. And I'm going to go in, let me add a little bit of green to that. And I'm going to draw some branches. Let me get, it has a little too much water on there. I didn't really want it to do that. That's okay though, we're gonna work with that. Want some more green in there. I'm just barely using the tip of my brush to get a very light touch and line. There we go. And you don't want to have too much water on your brush because you've already got water on your paper. Nope. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to go in as this is starting to dry a little bit and maybe just touch in with a little darker green. Let's see what color of green. That's kind of pretty. Let's go in with a little bit of that here and there. And I'm using the side of my brush. Kind of doing those eucalyptus type of shapes, which is kind of like a disc shape. There we go. Okay. And then I think what I'd like to do is maybe just give it a touch of some gold sprinkles, splatters. I think that could be really pretty. So this is definitely a washy, abstract type of look. But when I've played with abstracts, I really want them to just look reminiscent of some of these things. Now I'm going to go in with, you could use a credit card for sure, but I have a brush. That's okay. We'll use the credit card and just go in and create some more little branches here and there. Which will also help it look like some leaves and things. And then how about if we do this? So I'm really mixing up my media now. Let me grab my black micron pen. I have so many flowers on my desk. It's hard sometimes to find my pens. Let's see, I have a 0.6. I really like my 0.8, but we'll use this today. So this is just a little micron pen, and I'm going to go in and define some of these lines. What I have noticed is when I am working with abstracts and you have a lot of washiness, it's really good to also have some details. So it's just not a complete washy look. You have some structure to this. So I could draw in some of these leaves. To kind of give it that feeling of, oh, okay, I get it. That is a leaf there. And a lot of times I just follow what's already here with the paint. And just follow some of the lines. And that's what I'm always talking about in, I think watercolors is kind of magical because a lot of times it feels like it paints itself. Now what I'm going to do is just go in and maybe create a lighter wash background. So I added quite a bit of water to my green paint. That way I can get a lighter value. I typically will have a little swatch card here. So that's a light value, meaning it's probably 80% water, 20% pigment, and I get that lighter value. That's the value I wanted because I want this to be in the background. Maybe make one right here, something like that. Just add some of those in. So this is just a fun little practice. I'm gonna add in a little bit more of that blue. Really like that blue, which was a turquoise and a Prussian blue mixed together. Now my first instinct is to go in here and add in, of course, more gold, but I have a feeling you guys might be getting tired of my gold obsession. So I might leave that for later. So there you go. I think that's really fun. And what beautiful colors. Keep playing and adding. Adding in maybe some darker values. Now with this Artisto pad, you know, I love these and I label all of these for different months of the years or maybe subject matter that's in my pad. As you know, I love this paper. It's got a great neutral surface of texture of the paper, 140 pound. It's spiral browned. You can kind of keep all of your paintings in one place to look back on. I feel like I want a little bit more blue. And I just love this paper. I think it's fantastic for beginners. It's a great bargain too for your everyday. You know, I can afford to buy the arches, but you know what? To me, it's kind of silly to just do my everyday painting on that. So there you go. I thought that was kind of fun. I hope you give it a try and just play and have fun with these, hold on, plug it in my phone. Just play and have fun with these and, you know, maybe add some of your gold in. I think when I stop the camera here, I'll go in and probably just add a little bit of that in here because you know how I am. So if you're quite done, you go ahead. I'm just going to sit here and play a bit. And I did get the new drawings for February up on my website. They're under free resources. So if you'd like to go there for any free drawings I offer. And happy painting, everybody. We'll see you soon.